Ubisoft has to be one of the dumbest companies on the planet right now. Their stock has been in a free fall for quite some time, and their financial collapse is making Blockbuster blush. Everything they release flops and is received with a collective yawn from pretty much everyone on the planet. And even in the midst of all of this, Ubisoft just stealthily released an NFT game. This has to be part of some kind of grand humiliation ritual. I can't think of any possible explanation for this. Not only are they extremely tardy to the party, they missed that wave by a few years, but they didn't even have the fucking chutzpah to announce it to anyone, meaning nobody has even heard of it aside from just shooting spitballs at it right now. I can only find 2 gameplay videos from any human being that's even touched this game, and both of them have less than 5 views. Not even the most brainwashed, godforsaken crypto bro goobers are giving this the time of day. And I'm talking about those hopeless souls that are still huffing as much copium as their lungs can handle, preaching the gospel of how NFTs aren't dead and are actually overdue for a second coming. Not even that group is touching this. That's mind-boggling to me, because they are clapping seals that will hype up anything that even has the word blockchain or crypto in it, like with that Flappy Bird NFT scam from a couple months ago. They aren't even looking at this. Looks like every AI-generated ad from Facebook mobile games. There is nothing interesting about that. Nobody gives a fuck. I don't know why Ubisoft put any resources behind it. We need to have a team go out there and investigate what kind of fishy business is afoot at the Ubisoft headquarters. Someone must be pumping galaxy gas through the air vents or something that's turned them all fucking stupid over there. Like, what are they even thinking? What's next for Ubisoft? They're going to try and buy the Concord IP and re-release it as a Ubisoft original? Everything about this idea is terrible, and it gets even sillier when you take a deeper peek at it. So apparently the figurines that you saw battling there in epic combat swag style are NFTs that can be bought on the marketplace from anywhere between $7 and $64,000. If you spend $64,000 on a Ubisoft NFT, you go to hell immediately. The devil makes a special circle just for you. According to the studio director at Ubisoft Paris, the game offers deep strategic gameplay featuring unique in-game assets and several exciting innovations, comparing it to a physical trading card game. I highly doubt that. It looks like the biggest, quickest throwaway pump and dump I've ever seen for one of these crypto games. The team inside the Ubisoft Paris studio developing Champions Tactics Grimoria Chronicles partnered with Ubisoft Strategic Innovation Lab, OASIS, to ensure that our use of blockchain was done in service of delivering new and innovative gaming experiences for our players. Our shared goal is to explore new ways to play alongside bringing more value to players based on empowerment and ownership. Oh, fuck you. You can suck the dirtiest part of my butthole. The only way we can empower our players is by integrating the blockchain into it and charging up to $64,000 for some figurines in-game. This gives them a sense of accomplishment. Champions Tactics offers deep strategic gameplay featuring unique in-game assets, several exciting innovations. These include millions of procedurally generated figurines, each with distinct stats, assets shaped directly by players' choices, and an open marketplace letting players compose their teams on a peer-to-peer basis, much like a physical trading card game. Oh yeah, get excited, sports fans. Procedurally generated figurines. Yes, perfect. I can't wait to get a god roll on Berserker Knight with double D titties and a cigar, and with the gold mutagen. For months, we have collaborated closely with our community through events and beta phases to build and refine Champions Tactics. We're excited to keep expanding and enhancing the experience together. Ubisoft did not comment on the game's adults-only rating, presumably for its blockchain basis and use of cryptocurrency. Has a fucking adults-only rating? Jesus, it's just insult to injury. I love that they keep saying how excited they are and how amazing it is. Meanwhile, it was quietly released as hush-hush as possible. Yeah, nothing says excitement quite like trying to squeak out a silent fart and hope that no one's around to hear it, dropping this game and hoping nobody puts their eyes on it. Yeah, wow, they're so excited by it. I'd also totally forgotten about this little nugget of Ubisoft lore. In December of 2021, it launched its own NFT platform called Quartz, with Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint as the first game to offer a beta trial. It did not fare well, appearing to have initially only sold 15 NFTs. Jesus Christ, pictures of nutsacks were selling more NFT copies than that. Oh my lord, Ubisoft, how do you sleep at night? That is so embarrassing. And then, of course, they had the gall to blame players. Ubisoft's NFT bosses stated in an interview that players just don't get it. Yeah, it's the players who are wrong, not the soulless zombies at the top of the Ubisoft food chain. They're the guys who get it. We're all just a bunch of dumb, bumbling imbeciles who could never possibly understand the beauty and the innovation behind blockchain gaming and $64,000 NFT figurines. It is painfully obvious to see how Ubisoft continues to fail to such an absurd degree and just circle the shitter. As Ubisoft's money continues to dry up and they continue to scramble and panic internally, they continue to just do the same formula that got them into this pickle in the first place. Releasing bland, open-world games that's just the same exhausting, generic experience over and over again, like the Avatar game, like Star Wars Outlaws. And it's clear from the sales data, like Star Wars Outlaws underperforming so badly for them. Now, even when they do have like a good game that somehow falls between the cracks and they squeak it out from their butt cheeks, like the Prince of Persia game, they do nothing to support it. They just let it fly with no marketing budget behind it to fend for itself and die alone in the cold rain. And it's a shame. Ubisoft just can't grasp the simplest concept that if they start making good games, their stock price will go up. Their sales will go up. Instead of chasing these jackpots, these live service games or games that you can fucking squeeze every single person playing it for as much money as possible to try and get them all to empty their piggy bank and fucking mortgage their house to spend more money on your microtransactions. They should be chasing promising titles that people will be excited for. Nobody is excited for another open world Ubisoft game. Nobody is. Well, I mean, I'm exaggerating. Of course, there are people that like the comfort of like the same formula they're used to. It's cozy. And I'm not saying they're wrong for that, but as is pretty clear from the data, most people are exhausted with it and would rather have new things. So that's where the focus should be. Not NFT moonshots that they're fucking throwing out of nowhere like a jump scare. Not another like Call of Duty killer with X-Defiant. Even though I had fun with X-Defiant for like a week or two, it just wasn't a game that had any real staying power or any actual chance at encroaching on that market share that Call of Duty dominates. It couldn't compete with it. And it's still around, like it still does have a passionate community, but it's not a super home run for Ubisoft like I think they were banking on, because they put a lot of money behind pushing that. To me, and keep in mind, I am just a stupid Cro-Magnon, it seems like a simple solution. Start making good games again. Kind of as easy as that, I think. Simple. You just start making good games again. Give up on the open world live service games and shit like that. Just let it die. Give up on crypto games and the blockchain. You can't even get to the crypto bros who will actually eat any shit you feed them. You can't even get to them. You have no fucking shot. So stop spending money there with things like this new Grimoria Chronicle or whatever, and just start focusing on good games. Just fuck, it's not difficult. I mean, making a good game is difficult, but it's not difficult to pivot away from these $100 million budget titles that aren't giving you any returns. It should be a no-brainer to just wipe your ass with that, take a bath on it, and just instead focus on cheaper titles that could be really good. Right now, Ubisoft's strategy is literally, we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. So here's an NFT game, please, some whales, spend money on it, we're begging. Oh my god, it is sickening how stupid Ubisoft is. I just had to clown on them right now after reading about this new game. If you can even call it a game, it's not a game. It's just not. It is just a desperate ploy to try and squeeze some money out of some gullible fools, some suckers. Oh god. Anyway though, that's about it. See ya.